on. Okay, we're live. All right, guys. We are live on YouTube, on TikTok, and where else? Where else are we live? We're live on X. Okay, if you're brand new, if you're just tuning in, we got a new banger that launched today. That's right. WGRX is the new next super stock. We're going to be talking about the charts. We're going to be talking about all our stock charts today, but WGRX is in focus. Stock is $1.40. We launched at 90 cents. That's right. We launched at 90 cents this morning, and we hit $1.50 so far. Now, pretty much, we've had five back-to-back winners in a row. Okay, we got Classy Ideas. And that's like, where is it? Classy Ideas bought 400 shares. Classy Ideas, congratulations on becoming a penny stocks billionaire. Okay, hang on a second. Let's see. What do we got? We live? Yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay, 1 second. There we go. 600. Excuse me. He bought 600 shares. 600 shares. Okay, hang on a second. I got the call coming in. Okay, guys. We got lunchtime action. We got a lunchtime action in WGRX. Let me show you this chart. By the way, the big action is about to start right now. I tell you guys, lunch is when it happens. Here we go. WGRX. Here we go. Pennant formation with breakout on the 15-minute charts. It's ready to moon. We're ready to go to moon mode. Again, what I was telling our early alerts people in the Penny Stock Billionaire Gang channel. Hang on a second. Let me tune this in. What I was telling them was, we're probing, we got a pennant forming, and we're probing new highs every time and pulling back. Probe, pull back. Again, it happened here. It's about to happen again. Now, the next probe is going to be at a higher price. Again, nothing is guaranteed. And I should say, look, everything here is, let me just repeat to make sure everything is clear. Yes, our stocks have a tendency to go to the moon. Yes, our last 5 stocks have pretty much doubled or more on day one. And yes, we bring you these 10-bagger stocks, which is, this is what we do here. I mean, I literally wrote the book, but keep in mind, these are high-risk stocks. It's basically public venture capital, okay? And everything here is paid content, okay? Just this is all, the issuer-sponsored content is the word they use, I believe. Anyway, look, bottom line is a stock, for us to introduce a new stock, it has to meet a list of 10 criteria. It has to meet a strict list of 10 criteria that we have here in the book, and WGRX does exactly that. Guess what? We're going to have a live stream with the CEO tomorrow. The CEO is going to be on our live stream tomorrow. And he's going to be talking about the fundamentals. I'm going to talk mostly about the chart action today. The charts tell you the truth in advance. By the way, this company is doing about $70 million a year. They're an emerging leader in the 600 billion with a B, pharma distribution space. Okay, Michael Mahendra bought some today. Okay, Michael, one of our penny stock billionaires. Michael, one of our OGs. He's getting in at the ground floor. Look, they're doing about $70 million revenues. The guy's an ambitious guy. This is what you want. I have a chapter here on CEO quality. Very, very important. You got to have the right CEOs, guys. You got to have a guy who wants to make it 100-bagger, ambitious, hungry, thinking 24/7 how to make the stock go up. And obviously you have to build a business also, right? This guy, I think, wants to make this into a billion-dollar company, which would be roughly 10x from here. So, and that can happen very, very quickly with acquisitions, everything. Again, it's a $600 billion market, and they're using XRP, crypto. That's right, crypto. It is actually a crypto play, but a legitimate one. Why? Because look at their news releases. They're actually using XRP as a way to lower costs in this pharma space. I mean, U.S. costs. I mean, if we got people, I know we got a lot of people out of the U.S., but in the U.S., we got crazy healthcare costs. It's a lot of control. There's a lot of little costs. One of the little costs that's very annoying for pharmaceutical companies, for pharmacies, is the merchant processing fees, which could be like up to 7%. When you do crypto, XRP, 0. XRP, that's where they're using XRP. These are young guys. This is kind of like McKesson. McKesson, MCK, I think is the symbol. This is the next generation of McKesson. This ain't your grandpa's McKesson. Let's look up McKesson. I'm just curious, what is McKesson doing? So McKesson is $636 a share, $85 billion valuation, $85 billion valuation, 85 billion, that's McKesson. Again, so WGRX is like a baby McKesson. Think of it as a next generation McKesson. You missed out on McKesson 50 years ago when your grandpa was buying it. Good news. I got WGRX for you. Okay, WGRX is the next generation pharma company, pharma distribution company, excuse me. So, they basically distribute the stuff to, all that stuff. Hang on a second. We got dollar. Okay, so who we got here? We got Craig. He got in at $1.11. Craig got in $1.11. Congratulations, Craig. Now, is Craig in our early alerts? Is Craig a member? Is Craig a penny stock billionaire? Is he a member of the gang? Is he? We got bars at $1.40. We got BS TikTok. Trust the process. I'm a hold for a week. There we go. Buddy's got the comment of the day. I think we've seen this guy before. Guys, here is the process. The process is all our banger stocks. Pretty much they explode day one. Sometimes they pull back in the day, then they go higher. But the real money is made usually in a couple of days. It usually takes a couple of days. Buddy is 100% right. Usually takes, you got to let it breathe. You got to let it breathe. It's like a wine. When you open a $500 bottle of wine, I've never drunk a $500 bottle of wine. I don't like to pay more than like $25. I just can't do it. I can't bring myself. But here's the trick. When you open any bottle of wine, I don't care whatever, you gotta let it breathe. You gotta let it breathe. That's why they have decanting. You gotta open it up. Number one, you gotta let it breathe for like an hour. Ideally, you want to decant it, meaning you want to pour it into. I don't do that stuff, but you gotta make sure it gets air. It's got to open up. It's got to open up. Otherwise, it doesn't reach its full potential. Guys, you got to let these stocks breathe. You got to let these stocks breathe if you want them to reach the full potential. Hang on a second. We got a lot of calls. We got you want them to reach their full potential. You got to let them breathe. Again, ADN, it tripled in 2 days. Lottery, couple days. Seattle went up 700%. It took 7-8 days. You got to let the process play out. I believe the process is to let this go to $4 or $5. How are we going to get there? Let me show you. Hang on a second. What do we got here? Okay, here comes the 1 hour chart. I just want to show you guys something. We got TikTok. We got this. We got that. Okay, so we got the 1 hour chart on the screen. I'm going to show this for the TikTokers. Let's see. Hang on a second. I'm going to draw this chart for you. I'm going to draw this for the TikTok people. Why? Because, hang on, wait, let me do this again. Okay, you know what? I'm going to switch. By the way, I'm going to switch to, oh shit. We have to go to the trading view because that actually lets me draw and show it up on the screen. This doesn't allow it to show up. Okay. Hang on a second. Okay, here we go, guys. TikTok, ready? Okay. Okay, here we go. What are we looking at? We're looking at the 1 hour chart. 1 hour chart. You can find this yourself right here on Yahoo. 1 hour chart. What do we got? We got a massive breakout, massive, huge, bigly breakout happening right now above the 1 hour charts. And look at this. We're gonna have a golden cross coming up in about a couple of hours at the close, maybe. The golden cross is about to happen. That is going to send this thing to the moon. The golden cross on the 1 hour charts. Watch for this. This is the algo trigger. It's the algo trigger, the golden cross. Now we got a breakout, and guess what? We have escape velocity. You see, there's no resistance. There's no resistance really till we get maybe into, let me see, I would say the real resistance is a little bit. There's a little bit of 250, Most of it is right here in the $5 range. So we got a clear blue skies till about $5. WGRX, $5 short-term target. Again, breakout escape velocity. What's escape velocity? Guys? It's what I talk about in the book. You want the book? Link above in the bio. You want the video course? The video course also, if you watch on TikTok, link above to get it. It's on WAP. It's for the video course, or if you want to join the penny stock billionaire gang, get into our next banger early. You got to get in early. You got to get in early. Hang on a second. Let's see. WGRX. OG Brownie. Should I buy WGRX right now? Oh, Craig, what are the fundamentals? I explained the fundamentals, the catalyst. I want to save it for the CEO. Let him talk about the catalyst tomorrow. We gotta let him explain the catalyst tomorrow, because that's the big one. Should you buy WGRX? Well, we're breaking out. We're breaking out. We don't give a buy sell advice on this channel. We never say buy, sell, or hold. None of that. We just throw the pitch out. It's up to you to smack it out of the park. Okay, it's up to you to smack it out of the park. By the way, let me see. We got beautiful charts set up. Again, we're ready to break out. It's testing the $1.50 right now as we speak. As we speak on the charts, we're probing a $1.50. Here we go. Martin Z, one of our penny stock billionaire gang members. We should hit 240. Michael Mahendra. Okay, I'm not saying this. I did not say that WGRX should hit 240. You know who said it? This guy. Guys, if you need to buy a house in Toronto, if you need to get a great realtor, this is your man, Michael Mahendra, realtor to the stars, celebrity realtor. Michael Mahendra only deals with celebrity clients and penny stock billionaire gang members. So 240, that's his target. We hitting big, Adam. I agree. What are we closing at? I think we're going to close it. I think we're in the $2 range. I think, Adam, thank you for reposting. Guys, please click the upvote and repost, share button, whatever it is, so we get more eyes on the stock. Again, if you're watching on TikTok, please click the upvote, the heart button, so we get more eyeballs on the stock. You know what I'm going to do also? Hang on a second. If you want, hang on a second. What we're going to do is this. We're going to do, is this going to work? No, there we go. Oh, shit. Oh, here we go. Okay. Okay, guys, get my free newsletter. So we have a free newsletter. Click the link, click the thing right. If you're watching on TikTok, that's the little button right next to the comments to get my free newsletter. And if you're watching on YouTube, to get the free newsletter, links in the bio. It's 10 bag or blueprint or whatever to get the free newsletter. Free. We have a lot of free resources. That's right. Please, Adam, please. Yeah. Listen, guys, if you're a member of the Penny Stock Billionaire Gang channel, if you're on WAP, please tell everybody to repost the content. If you see our content somewhere, just click the share button, like button. We got to get the algos going. Again, there's algos for content, there's algos for stocks, and guess what? They're interconnected. They're intertwined. So the more people watch, the more the algos get, because there's a lot of other there's two types of algos, guys. Here's why it's important. Here's your opportunity to get involved. There's two algos. Number one is the chart algo, which is the moving average, the chart patterns. That's the algos that trips up all the computers. And then there's the new AI. There's the new AI algos that the hedge funds are using. Sentiment. They're using sentiment algos to see if a stock is trending on social media, and if a stock is being reposted on YouTube or whatever it is. So if you type in the symbol $sign WGRX or whatever, and you share or repost our content, that boosts the algos also. So that's what's going on. Yeah, we got to get this thing to break out of $1.50. That's the magic number right now. If we break out of $1.50, we're going to run to $2. The $1.50 is the key level. That's a psychological number. $1.50 is a psychological number, and we're very, very close. Let me show you something. Here is a 5-minute chart. Here's a 5-minute chart. You can see it wants to go. We're forming a pennant flag. It definitely wants to go higher. The bias is for an upside breakout. And hang on a second. And definitely, hang on a second. Let's go back to the charts. Yeah, this thing definitely wants to go higher, and we got big volume coming in. It's only 117. So, by the way, the West Coast is just waking up. It's only 10:20 in California, 10:20 on the West Coast of the United States. So a lot of these guys aren't even, a lot of these guys aren't getting up for another hour. That's why the close is when the action. Okay, we're at $1.50. Do we break out? We're at $1.50. We are at $1.50. Guys, where do you think TikTok? TikTok, please tell me, where do you think WGRX will be this week? Your predictions. Please post your predictions here on TikTok, WGRX. If you're watching on YouTube or X, please post your predictions on WGRX where you believe the stock will be by Thursday. Again, we're going to have a live stream with the CEO tomorrow. Tomorrow is the CEO live stream. And the market closes early on Friday. So we got a short week and we got a vacuum in the market. Why is there a vacuum? Because a lot of people are on vacation. They're taking off. They're taking off. They're taking off because they're lazy. They're not penny stock billionaires. Oh, but breaking out $1.52. Got to get some water here. $1.53. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It's happening. We got the breakout. We got the breakout. The algos go up. Guys, please reshare. Click the hearts button. If you're watching on TikTok, hearts button so we get more eyes on the stock. Wow, wow, wow. This thing's about to go bananas. It's about to go bananas. This is it. $1.55. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Zoom in on the 3-minute action. Oh, shit. Okay, here we go. Boom, boom. This is it. Cup and handle breakout. Cup and handle breakout. $2 is next. That's it. Say goodbye, guys. Say goodbye to these numbers. $2. Cup and handle breakout. 3-minute charts. What do we got? What do we got? Here we go. It is happening. It's on like Donkey Kong. Guys, if you're watching this on X, please repost and do to make the algos go crazy. Just write in on all the on Twitter or whatever, stock twits. Write in WGRX breakout. Okay, here are the predictions. Here are the predictions that we have on TikTok. Sean is saying, Sean Jean-Fru, 250. Product Snestra 302. That's an interesting number. JP $3.50. Rakuten is saying in the basement. Craig Bellinger 267. I like that. 267. That's an interesting number. Interesting number. Jay, is this? Yes, it's the Tuesday stock. It's the banger stock. It's the banger. The super banger. Banger. Let's see. James bought 1,500 shares. Here we go. $1.57. $1.57. Uh-oh. Here we go. Here we go. Moon time. It's moon time. I told you guys what would happen. It's lunchtime is moon time. Okay, it's moon time. I wouldn't be shocked if we went to $2. Okay, Mark Letogar. 425 Thursday. Interesting. That's the biggest prediction so far. You know what's interesting? I'll tell you what I like about this. You know what I like about WGRX right now? Okay, all BS aside, what I like is that most of the predictions are pretty conservative. They're not crazy, which means it's good, because when people get too optimistic, that's a bad sign. If people get too optimistic, it means we're So we only have one guy saying 425. Most people are like $2, 250. You saw the numbers. You saw those things here on TikTok. So most people are saying in the $2 range. So I believe we're going to exceed that. I think we're going to be, closer to what Mark is saying. I think we're going to be in the 390s range. 390s. Oh yeah, hey Adam, I invited you. Where were you? I sent you the link. The link was on WAP. Where were you? Okay, guys. By the way, if you're one of our penny stock billionaire gang members, if you're a gang member on WAP, I'm going to post the link. We're going to do a live stream tonight. Here it's going to be on YouTube, but the panel, because I think there was some confusion. People are not familiar with these terms. So when we do a live stream, there's discussion and anybody can chat, whatever. The panel means you show up on the video. So if you have questions, you want to talk about anything, that's the link. I sent out the link if you actually want to appear on the live stream and talk to other panelists. What I'm trying to do, Adam or Mark, Adam, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get you guys to talk. I don't want to talk. Really, it's an opportunity for you. I don't want to be like, I think it's much more interesting. I think if the members have questions, or they talk, because I got my own agenda. Like I want it to be, you guys should talk, which I think is much more interesting than me talking. I mean, people are tired of me talking, frankly. Oh, you were at your fiance's house. What kind of excuse is that? You should have turned on the live stream. Come on. You want to, Adam, you want to impress your fiance, don't you? I mean, you tell you're a celebrity. You're on YouTube. $1.63. Here we go. It's moon time, guys. It is moon time. It is the moon action. Here we go. Oh shit. Oh my God. The chart is looking so good here. This chart is like oh my God. Wow. This is a 15-minute chart. This is the real chart. It's the real one. It's not a 1 minute. It's a 15-minute. You got to break out of this massive upside pennant. I think based on this kind of extension, I think we hit easily $1.90 today. I think we easily hit $1.90 today. Do I like? Yeah, I like. Okay, so Booyah, interesting question. Yeah, I like bar charts more than candles, only because visually for me, it's easier for me to read it. However, I 100% subscribe to the candlestick trading philosophy. Literally, I 100% subscribe to. I was one of the first people to get into candlestick charts in the early 90s. The funny thing is, because I read a Japanese book on candlestick charts that came out like in the early 90s, I was going to write a book on it. I was like 16 at the time. I think I was going to write. I was doing it by hand because we didn't have computers. We had no computers. We didn't have no AI to write books for us. It was I was writing it by hand, and I was doing the whole thing. And I have the notes. I may have to publish it because it had some good. I think I had some good insights. And then some guy came out with a book on candlesticks. That guy Nissan or something or whatever. And I thought, oh, you know what? There's already another. But why should I? That was dumb. I should have put out the book. I would have been like the expert on candlesticks. Anyway, bottom line is I 100% subscribe to the candlestick charts philosophy. I just don't like visually the way they appear. I understand it better on the regular bar charts. But interesting question. Okay, so let's zoom in on the action. Let's zoom in. Zoom in. Okay, here we go. Zooming in on the 3-minute charts. Pennant formation breakout. There's your breakout. We're just getting started. By the way, we're just getting started. We are just getting started. We're at $1.60, and we are just getting started. Yep. Is it advisable to still enter WGRX? Again, we don't give buy-sell advice. All we can tell you is what's going on in the market and what our target is. My target in WGRX, $10, 6 months to 9 months. That's the target, 6 to 9 months. Again, how does it work? Get the book, 10-bagger blueprint, or get my video course. Link in the bio. It's if you're on TikTok. Link in the bio. Video course. I think it's how much is it? I don't even know how much it is. And then we also have our what do you call it? We also have hang on. I want to pull up ADN. By the way, guys, we're not done with ADN. We are not done with ADN. People are paranoid. Somebody's saying, oh, no, we're just getting started. I'm actually looking. I'm surprised this thing sold off. Hang on a second. Let's look at ADN at support, guys. You want a ground floor opportunity? ADN at support levels on the 1-hour chart. ADN support levels 1-hour chart. Hang on a second. We're going to send out alert to the penny stock billionaire gang. We're going to send out the alert to, oh shit, major opportunity. Major opportunity, ADN coming up. Major opportunity. Hang on a second. First, I got to alert the penny stock billionaire gang, and then you guys can get in. That's the way it works. That's what they pay $195 a month for. Hang on a second. Okay. I'm going to send out the alert on the private Telegram. You can listen in. All right, penny stock billionaires, ADN, we're hitting support levels right here at 457 on the 200 moving average on the 1-hour and 30-minute charts. The bounce, get ready for the bounce. We're going to have maximum fear. The maximum fear is right now. You got people, I don't know, it's selling off, normal type of sell-off. People panicking probably. Oh my God, it's going. Here is look at that moving average. Look at the chart I'm going to send you. There is your entry point. And ADN is this thing is going to have, I believe, a very, very solid week. This week, we're going to have a massive week and into after Labor Day. Again, we got a couple stocks that are going to be exploding right after Labor Day. Why? Because there's a big investment conference coming up. H.C. Wainwright, New York conference coming up September 9th. So a lot of these guys are going to be, pushing in front of that before that conference to get in front of the institutions. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Let me send them a link. Let's send them a chart. We're going to send them a chart. We're going to send them a chart. We got to take care of business first. Okay, ADN 15-minute chart, 30-minute chart. Okay, fake it on the 5-minute chart. That's the real chart is the 15s and the 30s. Okay. There we go. Okay, hang on a second. I'm going to do one more. I know Timu. I think Timu. It's not Timu. That's Tomei. Tomei is probably buying ADN. Why? Because he's the guy that actually is a contrarian. He buys when everybody panics. Okay. All right, penny stock billionaires. ADN right at that support level on both charts, the 15, the 30, and I think the 1 hour chart. We're right on that support level. So we should see a strong bounce from here. Again, we're expecting news and momentum into the week. All right, 15:30. Okay, guys, here it is. You want to see what I sent them? Let me show you something. Let me show you this. Okay, boom. ADN. What's going on with the ADN support level? We'll get ready for bounce off the support. Why? Because everybody's panicking today. I don't know why. Who knows? Okay, there we go. Support level on your 15-minute chart. Okay, that's how it works. That's the way it works, guys. That's how you make the money. You got to make the money. Buy low, sell high. Buy when everybody's panicking. On this chart, it actually shows a little bit of a breakdown, but this could be a fake out. This could be a fake out. I'm 99% certain it's a fake out. Okay. Somebody's asking, Clint, when is Seattle merger completing? Again, my answer hasn't changed. It could be any day. I don't know. All I know is what the charts are telling us. The charts on Seattle, and I haven't looked at the charts. I have not looked at the charts. Hang on a second. I don't know. Why am I even, hang on a second. Okay. Oh, $3. We're just hanging out. It's hanging out. It needs to break out, really. It needs to break out. We have breakouts on the 1 hour chart. 15-minute chart. 15-minute chart's looking good on Seattle. All I can tell you is what the charts are telling us, is what I can tell you. Okay, let's go back to $1.51. WGRX pullback, a little bit of a pullback on the 15-minute chart. We hit $1.65 so far as the high. Guys, remember what I told you. What the stock is doing is every time it hits a new level, it's that's right, the boost coast. Here comes the West Coast. That's right, it's coming in. The boost coast. Okay, here's what's going on. What happens is this stock is making probing attempts every time. It makes a new high. It probes new highs, pulls back, and then breaks through. That's what happened the last 3 times on the charts. Supply zone at $1.90. Patience pays. Could be. I think we could see some supply in the dollar before $2. Sure, could happen. Could happen. There we go. Adam. Which Adam? We got a bunch of Adams. I don't know. We got different guys on different. Oh. He's on. Is this guy an X? He's got on. I don't know where. Okay, this guy's on every platform. Okay, so what's going on? Let's zoom in on the action. Let's zoom in on the trading action. It's only 1:30. Oh, it's the same. I like when they panic. I'll be scooping up at the ground floor. Yeah. Here's the deal. ADN, it's panic mode right now. It's the typical thing. Why do stocks? People sell. They got, I don't know. Somebody saying double down. I'm a paid member. I can't access Discord or WAP. Double down. If you are a paid member on WAP, then you should be there. Where are you a member? Are you a member of WAP? In other words, here's a question, because there is some confusion. The membership on WAP is you'd see it. It's there. When you sign in, it's $195 for the subscription. Are you a member of TikTok? That's a different thing. I don't know what that even does. I mean, I have no idea what that is, actually. It's a different thing. Well, it actually gives you like some different benefits. It's a different program. And that's like $5 or something. I don't know. It's $5, I believe. HOTH, hopefully exploding. Yeah. HOTH. We're going to look at the HOTH. Hey, Mark, we're on the same page. We're on the same page, Mark. I think, by the way, the PR, in my opinion, a PR would be much more effective if it came out Thursday. I think much more effective if they had a news release from WGRX on Thursday. Today, nobody cares. Today, the stock is going up on its own. They don't need to boost the stock. Double down. If you're on WAP, you would have gotten a link. Yeah, you'd have gotten a link. You would have gotten a thing that says how to get into everything. It should be there. It should be there. Automatically, you get a message. Check your email. Check your spam filter. If you guys, by the way, guys, check your spam filters, because sometimes our emails might get trapped there. A lot of good stuff could get trapped in your spam or bulk email filter. Very possible. I don't know if you're on a different platform. I don't know, different things. But everybody's on it. We got a bunch of people in the thing right now. We got a bunch of people. By the way, I think we're gonna cap the membership rate at a certain number, because we don't want to have too many people in the thing, because then it loses effectiveness if you have too many people in. So we're going to kind of cap it at some level very soon, because we don't want to have I don't want to have 1,000 people in the private Telegram, because then it becomes less effective. I'd rather have 100 people maximum, maybe even less. Okay. Richard is saying stock wasn't listed on. Okay. Here's the thing. I think a lot of these guys. Okay. So a lot of the guys in Europe, they're using something called Trading 212, which I never heard of. Again, I don't know. There's a bunch of these platforms, and these platforms are really like amateur platforms. Frankly, they're basically designed to like steal money from you. Honestly, Robinhood is robbing you. Robinhood is basically designed to like, get paid for order flow. Their execution is not the best, not the best. You want a professional platform. Like, you want to use something like Interactive Brokers, which will let you trade anything. And it's a professional platform. Interactive Brokers. Again, I'm not on commission. I have nothing to do with them. But you need something professional. Don't rely on these apps, because the apps are basically, it's really for amateurs. I mean, they're really designed to like, steal a couple pennies from you every time you put an order in. That's how they make the money. That's why it's free. Okay, volume coming in. There we go. What is this guy's name? Isn't it Ivan Lopez? Wait, what is this guy? Ivan Lopez? What kind of name is Ivan? Lopez Cortez. It's like a Russian name. What kind of name is that? Is that a real name? Actually, what's funny? I think in Latin America, there's a lot of guys with these Russian names. I was in Miami. I had an Uber or Lyft driver named his name was Lenin. I was like, and his last name was whatever, I don't know, Lenin Rodriguez or something. I said, where'd you get that name from, Lenin? Because that's like, that's so. It's not even a Russian. It's like, I said, were your parents like communists or something? Like, where would you get a name like Lenin from? And he says, no, they like the name. I don't know. But there's a lot of Russian names in Latin. I don't know why. I have no idea why. I have no idea. I mean, I know there was some like, Marxist communist sentiment in some of these countries, like, obviously Cuba, others, maybe in Mexico when Trotsky was there at the, 80 years ago. But I don't know what that's all about. But there's a bunch of Ivans. There's a bunch. I actually come across a bunch of Ivans. It's funny. WGRX. Okay, but Ivan is saying I see volume coming, $3 target. Ivan Lopez, $3 target. Okay, I agree. I'm looking at the charts right now, 3-minute charts, ready to go again. They're ready to go again. They caught the breath. Hang on a second. Let me zoom in on the action on the degenerate day trader chart. Here comes the degenerate 2-minute chart. Let me show you guys what I'm looking at. Boom. Pullback, consolidation. It's going to hang out here for maybe 15 minutes, and we're going to run it into the close. We got a beautiful setup right now for the close. Beautiful, beautiful setup. You know what's, I mean, look. These things don't go up in a straight line. They do not go up in a straight line. It's a roller coaster, but the roller coaster is, trending up. You got a breakout trend right here. That's what this is. That's what it's telling you. We got a breakout trend. You got to ride the trend if you want to get rich. Okay, Luke, I DM you and tell, how do I join? Luke, how do you join? You click the link below. You see that says join the Penny Stock Billionaire Gang? Click the link below if you're watching on YouTube, which you are. Luke, click the link below. It's on WAP. Click the link below. WAP. Click our WAP link to get in there. Tomei, I hope you get the interactive brokers. You got to get the interactive brokers. There we go. There we go. Okay, so guys, just so you know, listen. We got a couple of really, really smart people in our WAP chat, by the way. We got really, really smart people. So part of the benefit, and you're going to see this longer term, you're going to see this in the next couple of weeks, you're going to see the real benefit of being in our WAP is the members. It's the members, okay? Because we get a couple of guys who are super experienced traders and very successful trading, like this guy, Adam. And this guy, I would follow, what these guys are saying, because again, I'm not going to tell you buy, sell advice because it's a conflict of interest. I'm paid by these companies. I have a conflict of interest, but the traders in our chat, they could tell you. Tomei, there you go. Yeah. So I heard this from somebody else. I heard this from Richard on TikTok just now. He couldn't get into it because trading 212, this Fugazi app, didn't let him in. Remember we spoke yesterday. I said you gotta get into interactive brokers. You gotta get a professional platform that will let you trade anything. Forget about these apps on your phone. These things that they sell to those are really geared towards consumers who are trading like mainstream stocks, like Open or whatever mainstream stuff. Robinhood will screw you every time. Robinhood screwed millions of shareholders, millions of investors with a short squeeze on GameStop. Does anybody remember how Robinhood screwed all the investors because they wouldn't let them trade those stocks? Yeah. Oh, no, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, so interactive. No. So that was a NASDAQ halt. So it was a NASDAQ automatic halt because the stock had too much one-way traffic. They had to hold it for a couple minutes to even it out. Yeah, there we go, on WAP. It's on WAP. Yeah, so that's why the stock got halted. If it wasn't halted, it would have gone to probably $3 in like a minute. By the way, we're getting ready on the 2-minute chart to run again. We're getting ready. Hang on a second. Let's zoom in on the action. Oh, here we go. What did I tell you? Boom, here it goes. Here we go. We rested and it's ready to go. The next, it's going to probe $1.75 next. You watch. We hit a buck. What do we hit? We hit a buck 64. We hit a buck 64. So the next probe has to be like an increment higher. So I would say buck 75, buck 70, like those. I would say right under $1.75 is the next level. If you guys are scalpers, like you want to be a degenerate, this is a good scalping opportunity because it's ready to pop, and you might see some supply at $1.90. Somebody was saying that. I believe that there could be some selling at $1.90 because profit taking. Again, if you had guys who got into it this morning at $1.90, they're probably gonna like figure. Listen, if I was a professional, right, like trader or whatever, I would say, look, you know what, okay, so yeah, my target is $2. You want to get out before that even number because everybody's got their eye on that same thing. Everybody's watching that same $2 number, so it's going to be resistance. So I think a lot of guys will probably take profits at $1.90. Whereas because a lot of retail is going to jump in, they're going to hold off because they say, "Oh, I paid $1. I gotta double my money. I gotta have my $2." And it's going to pull back. But of course, I think we're going to go higher. I believe we're going to go higher tomorrow. I believe we go high. Yeah, I believe after we break out of this, we end the week in the $3 to $4 range. 20 million volume. By the way, volume precedes price action. This guy knows volume is the tell. There we go. Hey guys, on our WAP channel, that's really the value. I hate that word community because it just sounds so like it sounds so touchy-feely, but it is what it is. It's the reality. It's a community of like-minded people who do want to help each other. Yeah, it's like-minded people who all have the same goal. And again, not to sell the thing. I'm not here to like sell you some wishy-washy bullshit. But look, the reality is this is the fact in life. This is a fact in life. I didn't make this up. You are the quality of the people you surround yourself with. Okay, it's like I think Tony Robbins said that. I know somebody else said that. If you want to succeed in life, you got to be around people who are successful, or you got to be around successful people. Basically your income is determined by the average 5 people you're around. So if you're around guys who are broke, you're going to stay broke. If you're around guys who are making 50 million a year, you'll probably make 50 million a year. Maybe not the first month, but you'll get close for sure. I'm telling you, it's the way that life is. It really is. So the real value, one of the big values I think of the community that we have here, the WAP, on the WAP is you're going to be around, people who are, winners. You're going to be around winners. Look, this is not for losers. Anybody who invests $200, again, not to blow smoke up your asses and not to blow smoke. The reality is this: that number separates the wheat from the chaff. It really does. It's the reality. Somebody who makes that commitment, which is it's kind of it's not cheap. It's you got to think about it for like 2 minutes, because that number is okay. Somebody's going to be committed. That means they're committed. That means they're committed. They're serious. Fidelity not allowed. WGRX. I don't know. Fidelity. Excuse me. Fidelity. Get into interactive brokers, guys. By the time Fidelity allows you, it'll probably be $10. Low key pumping. I like it. Let it low key pumping. FAX just got in. Okay, FAS. Best trading platform, interactive brokers. It's not user friendly. Honestly, it's not. But it's the professional platform. We're talking about WGRX. WGRX. Oh, Robinhood allows you. Okay, Robinhood does allow the stock. Okay, that's good. A couple platforms don't, which is a problem. Here's what I think. You know what's interesting? Here's what I think. The more platforms that allow the stock, the more it could run. And I think that's the problem. Is because that kind of acted as a bit of a damper. But it's not going to stop the stock. Can't stop, won't stop. Jack 6 saying, do you reckon WGRX can triple in 3 days? Yeah, I think it can go to I think it can go to $455 by Thursday. We got a short week. Again, why am I saying it? Not because I like this, not because like I'm pulling it out of my ass. I'm saying it because the chart's telling me. I'm only telling you what the chart's telling me, okay? I'm not making this stuff up. Let me show you. Let me show you what the charts are whispering, and you can see this for yourself. We're going to have, this is the 1 hour chart. You can see this on Yahoo. 1 hour chart. We're going to have a golden cross. any minute. Gold. Oh shit, we got the gold. Guys, please do me a favor because I can't do this right now. Please go on X, and StockTwits and type in breakout WGRX because we're about to go bananas. We're about to go bananas. Or as Ivan Lopez would say, loco. We're about to go loco. Okay, Lennon and Ivan would both say WGRX is about to go absolutely loco. It's going to be living la vida loca. Okay, this is going to be living la vida loca in the next 2 hours. Okay, la vida loca. Why? Golden cross on the 1 hour chart. Now, why do I think it can go to $4? Because we got escape velocity here. Okay, you know what that means? Get my course, guys. Get the course. Click the link in the bio to get my course on WAP. This is the huge breakout. We got the breakout, the launch pad. This is not going to this. Look, guys, this stock is not going to the moon. It's not going to Mars. It's going to Pluto. Okay, not to the moon. Jeremy, WGRX is going to Pluto. Okay. All right, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but you get the point, right? This is a very, very powerful chart formation. We have escape velocity. And what happened to my chart? Oh, they disappeared. Okay. Anyway, look, we got no real resistance till $5. Hang on a second. 4 hour charts. That's the one that shows it. Okay, look at this. Oh no, hang on a second. We're okay, there we go. So this is we got a break, we got escape velocity out of the 1 hour, 4 hour chart. The main resistance is really right here, which is like $455. This stock was what I call an orphaned IPO. That was the problem. It was a screwed up IPO. The banker screwed it up. Okay, it was an orphaned IPO. That's your opportunity. They didn't do it right. The IPO was they screwed it up. They don't always get it right. That's your opportunity. I talk about it in the book, by the way, 10-bagger blueprint. That's right. Catch them. Hang on a second. I'll tell you exactly. I'll tell you the truth. Catch them. I'll tell you the truth. What made it crash? I'll tell you exactly. It's the IPO was effed up. I'm trying to keep it clean on this channel. It was an effed up IPO. The bankers screwed it up. I'm not going to mention them by name because whatever. But they screwed it up. I'll explain to you exactly why. Watch this. We're going to have a little bit of resistance at 204. That's the 200 moving average. A little bit of resistance. But after that, we get escape velocity. And let me show you something here. 1 hour charts show you escape velocity till about here, which again is $5. This kind of $4 or $5 range. Escape velocity. Look, we've never really broken out. This is the real breakout. That's a real breakout on the 1 hour chart. We got, you know what that means? Escape velocity. Or as the Beastie Boys would say, no sleep till Brooklyn, right? 10-bagger blueprint. Escape velocity. All right. So what made it crash? The answer is this. The opportunity, and I explained this in my book, one of the best opportunities I look for is what I call fallen angels. I got a whole chapter in the book. How do these things become cheap? Why would we have opportunity? Because the IPO came out like, I don't know, a lot of these small banks, it was like a small investment bank, they just screwed it up. They priced it too high. They didn't have retail. Here's the real opportunity. Here's the secret. Here's the dirty secret they don't want you to know about. Most CEOs, they don't know this. The dirty secret on Wall Street is that these investment banks that do these IPOs that are small, these like, $20 million type IPOs or less, they don't provide retail support. They have no brokers. They have no retail brokers. They sell the IPO to some institutions or whatever it is, and blah blah blah, and then they hope it takes off and good luck. There's no aftermarket support. There's no analyst cover, none of that. That's why I exist. That's my kind of that's the reason for why this channel, because these companies have no market support. They used to have that back in the 90s. There used to be market support from investment banks. They don't provide that anymore. Why? Because they can't make money that way, and just the market has changed. You don't have brokers on the phone calling up old ladies, telling them about Aerotine Holdings, a company with massive applications, military and civilian application. Aerotime, right? There's nobody calling on the phone for Aerotime anymore. They don't have that anymore. It's all these brokers now are, they're wealth managers. They just they just try to get as much of your money and try to charge you, 1.5%. That's the new model. There's no more stock jockeys as we had back in the day. So the companies need to do this. They need to do, paid stock promotion. That's what it is. The reason for my existence is of the business of paid stock promotion is because I'm doing the job that Wall Street is not doing. Okay, Wall Street, the investment banks, they're not providing market support for these companies. So, and I think they overpriced the IPO. I think they overpriced it. They didn't have support. It was just it was just stupid. So that's what collapsed. And that's why, and now we found the real price. And now it's ready to go. So I think we're going to, again, if you would have bought the IPO from D. Boral, that was the bank. If you would have bought the IPO, you're getting it, guys. You're getting it right here. It's kind of like you're buying a Mercedes. Think of the stock this way. Here, I got a new metaphor. I'm going to use the next version of this book. We're going to have a new metaphor in the next book. These, what I call these fallen angel stocks, these busted IPOs. I got a thing in there, busted IPOs. I'll tell you what. Hang on a second. Where is it? Where's my thing? We're in the book. I got busted IPOs. How do these penny stocks come about? How penny stocks are born. Orphan stocks. Page 18. Orphan stocks. Page 18. Orphan stocks. Guys, it's in the blueprint. Orphan stocks. I'll read it to you. You want story time? Here's story time. Orphan stocks. What happens with most companies that go public through reverse mergers or even small IPOs is those stocks quickly become orphaned, dropping in price with shrinking trading volumes. Why? Okay. Just like a child needs parents to raise and nurture it till it becomes a self-sustaining adult. Okay. I didn't miss. Public companies are the same way. They need sponsorship in order to build market support for the stock and gain an investor following till the point when they can stand up on their own legs. Wow, I got so many typos. I got a lot of typos here. I know why. We got bad reviews on the book because of the typos. So we're gonna put into ChatGPT. This is written by hand. This is not ChatGPT nonsense. I wrote this by hand, so it wasn't proofread. Okay, so there is a common misperception even amongst many CEOs that just because a stock exists, the market will automatically develop for it. And the stock will go up to the moon. Wrong. There are 20,000 stocks in North America alone. How is an investor supposed to know about a stock unless it's being marketed, which is what we do here on this channel. This is why we get paid big bucks. Corinne, I'm reading page 18 in the Penny Stock Bible. Page 18 in the Penny Stock Bible. And we also have a video course. Okay, so today, this type of institutional sponsorship only happens for large IPOs of 50 million plus. Boom. Bingo. Page 18 explains why the stock is here. Anyway, here's the new metaphor I'm going to give you guys. The new metaphor is this. The opportunity in busted IPOs is kind of like, by the way, I've never bought a new car. Actually, no, I did. My first car I bought was a new car because I was stupid. And, I didn't know any better. I was stupid. And it's like buying a new Mercedes. You buy a new Mercedes, you drive it off a lot. You're taking a hit. Much smarter to buy a car used. Wow, look at that. Everything since then, I've only bought used. I buy cars at least, 10 years old, 8 years, 5. It's got to be. I don't want to take that depreciation hit. I hate depreciation on stupid things like cars, right? I only want things that go up in value. Cars are the dumbest thing, generally speaking, unless you have some sort of, specialized whatever. So think of it this way. These busted IPOs, the opportunity, guys, you're basically getting like a Mercedes. You're getting a Mercedes, which is 3 years old. It took that hit. It's already taken that hit. I think there's a guy, I think there's a guy on YouTube who sells like a course on, I think he calls it, I'm not here to give a plug. I think he calls it exotic car hacks. And his whole thing is hey, I'm going to teach you how to drive a Ferrari for free or Rolls for free. And his whole thing is you got to get into these things right at the bottom of the depreciation curve where all the fat was out of it, right? And it's exactly here. This is your exotic car hack. You're basically getting into this thing for free. The IPO buyers, you're getting it at a discount of 75% from the IPO. Imagine at the time of the IPO, they would have said, hey, we're coming out at $5, but do you want to buy this at $1.50 or at $1? Are you interested? How about $2? Of course, people would have jumped all over themselves. Why are they not? And by the way, this thing is much more advanced today than it was 6 months ago when they came out. And the 5-minute chart is ready to go. Ready to go. Hang on a second. I'm going to zoom in. And by the way, I'm going to hop in a couple minutes. Okay, so we might pull back a little bit, but again, we got the pennant breakout. We're at $1.53, holding strong. We got big volume. This is your lunchtime volume, which we're talking about. Here's your lunchtime volume. Remember, guys, I told you lunchtime. I told all our people in the private trading channel, Telegram, I said, well, get ready for lunchtime. And I was like, where is it? Where is my thing? Is it audio? This is the private Telegram channel. This is a private. I'm giving you a preview. This is the insider information. Okay. We're giving you stuff that you get. This is what you get. You get access to a great community. You get the Telegram. You get everything. It'll transform. It'll change your life. Hey, I got a question for you guys. We've had people. By the way, we've had people on our platform. Okay, who have turned like $1,000 in or $2,000 into like $1 million. How do they do it? Okay, first of all, I do not advise this. What they did was this, because look, pretty much all our stocks, pretty much go to the moon, right? You're seeing they're all pretty much double on day one. All our stocks are bangers right out of the gate. Some of them go up 500%, 1,000% or more, right? And what if you could get into a stock like, let's say, WGRX, double or triple your money. Let's say you triple your money. You take that money, you put it into the next deal we launch, the next stock we launch, which triples your money. Now you're up 10x. Put that into the next one and the next one. Maybe one of them will become a 10-bagger. And guess what? We've had guys who did that. We've had a couple of guys who did that. We had again, Calvin Ting. That's the guy, Vancouver, the legend of Vancouver. So Calvin Ting was a guy in his 20s at the time. This is about 4 years ago, living in his parents' basement. And he parlayed a couple of our stocks, back-to-back wins. We had some bangers, like, they went up like 5. By the way, the market was a little bit different. So we didn't have the stuff we're using now. Now our stocks double on day one. Back then, it took a little while. And to go to the thing. So he made 500% on one stock. I think it was Cloud MD. He made 500%, pulled out 500%. I think Fans Unite and CBDT, which went up 50x. I think he only made like 10x. Anyway, the guy turned a couple of grand into over $1 million. Now, should you try that at home? I don't know. If you want to create a separate account. It might be fun. Now, is it risky? Absolutely, because if one of the stocks blows up, you're done. It's kind of like it's based like a pyramid. It's like in the real estate, like these developers, like real estate people. They start, they buy a house that starts cash flowing. They refinance. They buy another house. They build up the debt, and then like Trump. What happened with Trump in the 90s? That's what happened. He had massive leverage, and he was on a roll, and then you had the recession hit, and boom, he went bankrupt basically. But that's what happened. He pyramided from nothing basically, or I don't know. The legend is his father gave him $1 million or a couple of $1 million to start whatever. But listen, bottom line is, he was able to pyramid. He was able to pyramid to billions of dollars in a couple of years, literally. That's that, and that is that is not simple, by the way. Okay, holding for $3. We're $1.52. Where are we? 2-minute chart. Okay, I gotta hop in a few minutes. Okay, we may have a little bit of okay. Oh shit, is it ready to run? Okay, Support levels are around $1.48 on the 2-minute chart. That's your 50 moving average. And we're not even close. And then we got support. We got support in the $1.40 to 48 range if it pulls back a little bit, but it looks like it's probably going to hang out here in the $1.50s and then run into the close. That's kind of my prediction. I have a prediction that we run into the close. Anyway, let me know what you think. Comment below, share, like. ADN, hang on a second. Let's look at ADN because we let our billionaire. Oh, did we pull? Oh, we dropped. Oh, no. ADN, we're at the support. 50-minute charts. The opportunity in ADN is now. ADN opportunity is now. We got a double bottom on ADN. We got a double bottom of 50-minute charts, guys. ADN double bottom. I know everybody's excited about WGRX. This one is ready to run. ADN support line ready to pop. Ready to pop. Here we go, guys. Hang on a second. Okay. Whoa. Penny stock. We gotta let the gang members know. We gotta let the gang members know. Yeah, we're testing. Yeah, we're kind of testing that support line. That's what it is on the 15s and 30s. Again, this is the big support in the 450s range in ADN. ADN is just getting started. ADN, guys, ADN, early days. We're gonna have massive news flow. This thing is ready to go to Pluto. ADN. The possible. By the way, the market cap in ADN is so cheap. The market cap in ADN is right now, how much is the market cap? $12 million. They got 12 million market cap. The thing is worth like 50 million based on the patents, the IP. How do I know that ADN is getting ready to get started? Because we got market circles saying it's done. You know, when people are saying it's done, this is done, that's done, Ciara's done, this is done. The stock is not going to go up in a straight line. Okay, stock is not going to go up. They're going to have pullbacks. Okay, and by the way, it's ready to go. Normal pullback. I was not expecting the pullback in ADN today. I thought we'd be breaking out because we had a setup to break out. But hey, that's what happens. That's what happens. Let's see. Okay, so ADN ready to go, 12-cent spread. You know what I think? I'll tell you what I think. I think a lot of people in our audience probably, you know, they're day trading ADN and they jumped into WGRX, which is, you know, it's going to be for a couple of days. It might be that way. You know, it is what it is. I'm sorry, it is what it is. But it's gonna pop back. ADN, I think, could be one of our biggest. Listen, ADN, my target on ADN is $25 plus. ADN is nowhere near done. ADN, again, if you look at any of our stocks that went up 10x or more, the 10 baggers, they all have the same type of chart setup. They all look like this. They explode, pull back. The next leg is where all the money is made. Somebody's saying he can't buy WGRX on IG. I don't know what IG is. Look, if you're in the UK, if you're on one of these, like, you know, Mickey Mouse, if you're on a Mickey Mouse platform like 212 Brokers or whatever, I don't know what the answer is. Some of them are just screwed up. You gotta have you gotta use a real brokerage firm. You gotta use like Interactive Brokers or whatever. And sometimes you gotta have a couple of these things set up because some of them, for whatever reason, I don't know. Maybe they're working with short sellers. I have no idea. Anyway, we've got a golden cross ready to go in the 1 hour chart. It's going to happen in about could be right at the close or tomorrow morning, but we're ready to go. We're primed for a golden cross on WGRX. Okay, guys, that's it. Thank you, everybody, for joining. We'll see you on the next one tomorrow. Live stream tomorrow with the CEO. It's on YouTube. All right, YouTube, see you tomorrow. Live stream, look for the live stream, the CEO of the company.